DNA was good.
Yo, it was good.
You got NOME4 fast approaching.
Yeah.
A lot of people, from what I've been hearing, are having you as the underdog in this battle versus Ill Will. How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, when you've been doing something for so long, you know what I mean, having success in it, and then you got somebody new that comes along, and they having success, and the people haven't seen them in the eye like that a lot, they tend to go with them. So in actuality, I'm not the underdog, he is, but they want him to win. You get what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, DNA's been here, DNA been killing niggas, so now it's his turn to shine. So a lot of people just want to side with that. Plus, it's hard to keep people intrigued a lot when they seen you many times. I have, like, out of top tier battle rappers, I have probably the most battles, so I'm like in second. So after them seeing me so many times, it's like, what else can he do? So then it becomes, oh, well, he's the same, or he's predictable, or we know what he's gonna do. But when you watch everybody's predictable once you catch on to their style, because that's their style. So you know what they're gonna do. Everybody becomes predictable. But when you haven't seen somebody like that, it's still new, which in the case is Ill Will. So, it's motivation, definitely.
Well, even though he is new,
Yeah.
he's proven that he's a very formidable opponent. You know what I'm saying? He's had strong performances in the past. Where do you rank him amongst your past opponents? Because like you said, you faced.
Like when people say form, he's a good opponent, but to me, this is me personally. Like, it's tough to say. Like on Summer Madness 3, that was a Summer Madness. I don't count that because it wasn't Summer Madness. Like Summer Madness. Summer Madness 1 and 2 had about 2,000 people in there. Summer Madness 3 had about 800. So that's still good for him to perform in front of that crowd, but he choked in front of 800. Countless of times, stumbling, looking sloppy. So when people go, he's a formidable opponent, like at the same time when they tell me I can't play with them, I hope they understand he can't come battling DNA, stumbling and choking. It's not gonna work. You know what I mean? I may stumble twice in my round. I've never choked in a battle. You know what I mean? I try to tell people, like, Ill Will is a dude that can freestyle, but he freestyles because he has to. I freestyle because I want to. That's the big difference. So I just said we're going to be fair, be fair. I feel like I can't play with Ill Will, and at the same time, I don't think Ill Will could play with me. Because if he comes in there doing that, his B Magic performance was good, but it was sloppy. You know what I mean? His shit is not put together the right way, so you just can't come battling. I've done this. I've been on every NOME except for 2. I've been on three NOMEs. I'm going to be on 3 out of 4 Summer Madness. This is another day in the office to me. This crowd is going to be the craziest he's ever been in front of. So I just think neither one of us could play. But I just feel like when people go, oh, DNA, like it goes both ways.
What do you think of some of his weaknesses?
I can't expose that because I didn't battle him yet. I'm going to show niggas he has flaws when we battle. And then we come back and do the interview and I'll talk about it. But, you know what I mean? A lot of times when people do interviews before battles, certain shit that they say, they kind of give people the game plan of what they're attacking in the battle. I don't like to do that. Okay. You know what I mean? I like my opponent to think whatever. So.
Well, do you plan on showing everyone, if you say people say that you're predictable or whatever, do you plan on showing people that, you still have a real hunger for the sport?
Oh, nah, definitely. That's why I took the battle with Prez Mafia 3 weeks before NOME, to let people know I'm back on it. I'm hungry. I'm ready to kill. A lot of people counted me out in that battle. A lot of people say, how could DNA take 2 battles in 3 weeks' time? If they really do the history, they know I could take 5 battles in 5 days. This is what I do. So, I just did it for me to get, for me to become motivated again. I got to take, battling top tier dudes consistently is good view-wise. It's good for the URL because they gain revenue off of it. But in terms of motivation, sometimes you got to take a nigga that's on the come up because he's hungry. You feel me? So I wanted to take Prez so I could get myself already in that zone of a nigga that's trying to kill me, a nigga that's not coming to play. So I did that so I could get my own motivation. So when I go into NOME, it's even 3 times worse.
Well, do you feel as though you have anything riding on the line? Like, if you win, what will beating Ill Will do for your career? And if you lose, what will it do for your career?
Well, if I win it, it'll still let people know once again like I feel like this win right here, from now on, no one should ever count me out after this. This is how I feel. I mean, I don't know how they gonna feel because like we did in past interviews, I told you they always got something to say. So they'll always find somebody else that they feel like to knock me off. But for me, if I complete this the way I want to, I feel like nobody should ever. You can feel like I'm going to lose, but don't ever count me out because I've done it countless of times. I went into NOME4 with the same type of thing. I mean, don't get it twisted. Chilla and Ill Will are two totally different rappers. Ill Will is way more dangerous on a stage like that than Chilla, so I'm not going to compare the two. This is definitely tougher, but people counted me out against Chilla, and you know what I mean? I got the W on that. You know what I mean? If you don't feel like I got the W, then it's debatable. So either way, I didn't get killed like people had me before going into the battle. And if I lose, a lot of people will feel like, you know what I mean? It might be like, oh, DNA's past this time of being on top, being on that range. So I can't lose.
Well, you touched on the Prez Mafia battle a little bit. How'd that battle turn out?
Oh, it definitely was a good battle. You know what I mean? Smack had called me actually and told me he wanted me to take a new nigga. And he said that he wanted me to battle Ty Law, but I didn't want to take that battle because, you know, Ty Law is definitely a heavy puncher. His lines is crazy, but me and him style-wise, I don't think it would be a good matchup. Plus, I had just seen the battle where Prez had beat him. So I said, give me Prez Mafia. You know what I mean? He's hungry. He got a character. People like him, personality. I mean, I want to battle him. So that's how I got set up. And I told Smack, let's go 2 minutes since I got Ill Will coming up, so we ain't gonna make it too long. But it was definitely a good battle. I feel like I won. It was more so of a rookie versus veteran. That type of thing kicked into effect. You know what I mean? You could just see the veteran with me in the battle, and you could just still see, like, you know what I mean, he was still doing stuff, you know what I mean, not used to it in front of me. You know, a lot of people counted me out for that battle, so it's cool. I caught the W there, 2-1, I feel like, you know what I mean? So just move on to June 7th.